Hello aspirants, you're hearing to the Aspirant Voice. In this video, we are going to discuss about the cybercrime that threatening the internet. This is the article that is featured in both Hindu and as well as the Indian Express. This is Aspirant Voice and my initiative, the Mains Map. If you do like this series, please like and subscribe to subscribe and also share to your friends. You can hit the bell icon so that you will get updates of my future videos too. Now let's get deep into the topic. Cybercrime tighten the internet. So this is in the context whether it's the recent Bully by app issue or the boys locker room incident a few years back. Cybercrime against women is a long running conflict. Bully by is an open source program for auctioning Muslim women posted on the web platform GitHub. At the end of March 2021, the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India estimated that India had over 825 million internet users. So you can understand what could be the social respect that a Muslim woman may get if the users find out this woman in a public place or anywhere outside the internet platform. It is a huge disrespect for a woman, whether it could be Muslim or Hindu or someone. As a woman, it is a disrespect, so that should be addressed, and these kind of things should be stopped. That is the main line. This cybercrime, let's understand about the cybercrime. In general, cybercrime is described as an unlawful act. Let me write, sorry, unlawful act. So involving the use of computer, communication device or computer network to enable the commission of a crime, or you can say committing a crime. And there is a list of them, like see, harassment through emails, like blackmailing, blackmailing, threatening, and also there are many other issues like sending the love letters so on through the or emails. So that could be an issue. And also the cyber stalking. The cyber stalking can be done any person. See, basically a stalker, basically a stalker is a person who looks into the details of the woman and observes a woman, you can say rakhi karte, in that way. So cyber stalking is the similar thing doing through online, which is also a crime because it will suspect the autonomy of a woman or a girl. The other one, the cyber defamation. Defamation online is one more issue through this, which is also known as smearing online. Yeah, it is also known as smearing online, is defined as an intentional violation of another person's rights to his good name. That is like simply you defame the other person to get fame. In that way, then computers and or the internet are used to perpetrate the cyber defamation. Because of its speed, it is regarded as a greater threat. Next one, the child pornography. It will also comes under cybercrime, and it is, I guess you people will understand what is child pornography, so I'm not going into details about it. Next one, this cyberbullying. This harassment or bullying perpetrated through the use of electronic communication devices. Next one, the cyber grooming. That is when a person establishes an internet relationship with a young person, he or she tricks or forces him for him or to do any sexual act. Even that one comes under cyber grooming. Now let's see what are the acts to control the cybercrime activities. Chapter 11 of the IT Act, it deals with the offences such as tampering with computer sources documents. Section 65 of the IT Act deals with the hacking of computer system, and 66 deals with the publishing of information that is obscene in electronic form. 67 deals with the access to the protected system, and 70 deals with breach of confidentiality and privacy. Now let's understand. Harassment or bullying committed through the use of electronic devices are prohibited through cell phones, computer, laptop. So any act of gender-based violence that result in or likely to result in physical, sexual, or you can say mental harm or suffering to women, including the threats of such acts, coercion, or arbitrary deprivation of liberty, whether occurring in public or private life, according to United Nations, it's a crime. It's a crime against women, and women's violence is a social. Women's violence and violence towards women is a social, economic, and economic development. So developmental, legal, educational, human right, physical and mental health of a woman. And emerging data and stories from individuals on the front line suggest that all sorts of violence against women and girls, notably domestic abuse, also increased since the start of COVID-19. Now let's understand the impact of these things on a woman. Violence against women or girls has negative psychological, sexual, and reproductive health repercussions for women at all phases of their lives. And also, early life or educational disadvantage or example are not just the principal impediment of the universal schooling and the right to education for girls. The the right principle is to give the freedom of choice as well as providing the safe environment for women. This should be the main. You can remember the Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. So what is Bachao? Helping them, right? Saving them, right? And also there are early life of educational disadvantage, everything goes, and they are also blamed for limiting access to higher education and even translating into limited job prospects for women. So women employment will also be reduced. Basically, why these things, everything happens, just we have to question what are the reasons for that. The first one is gender inequality that exists, putting women in danger, and non-retaliation, a lack of comprehensive laws addressing their rights and ignorance of existing status, and women are also prone to domestic violence. See, these are the reasons. Now let's see some global initiatives that are taken and being continued to develop the women. The initiatives that are being initiated in the spotlights, the European Union and United Nations have launched a new multi-year worldwide drive to end all kinds of violence against girls, that is violence against women and girls, VAWG. It is titled because it draws attention to this issue, bringing it to the forefront and putting it to the heart of efforts to achieve gender equality and women empowerment. Then the International Day for Elimination of Violence Against Women is celebrated on 25th November, and United Nations Women is the United Nations entity dedicated to gender equality and the empowerment of women. Even here we have to remember the Sustainable Development Goal 5, where inequality should be there. Sustainable Development Goal for women's and all. Let's understand initiatives that are being taken by Indian government to enhance the cyber security in India. The first one is Information Act 2000. This is a primary law for dealing with cybercrime and digital commerce in India. The second one, National Cyber Security Policy 2013. The policy is the vision and strategic direction to protect the national cyberspace. The CERT, the Cyber Emergency Response Team India, this is CERT-IN, has been operational since 2004, and it is the national nodal agency for responding to computer security incidents as and when they occur. And Indian Cyber Crime Coordination Center, I4C, this the union government has decided to set up 14 Cs. 14C, it will be an apex coordination center to deal with the cyber crimes. Next one, Cyber Swachh Kendra. This is launched in the year 2017, and the Cyber Swachh Kendra provides a platform for users to analyze and clean their systems of various viruses, bots, or malware or trojans, etc. I suggest to every person visit once here so that you will be saved from some viruses from the government. So Cyber Swachh Kendra is important. Next, Cyber Surakshit Bharat. This is the Ministry of Electronic and Information Technology. It launched the Cyber Surakshit Bharat initiative to spread awareness about cybercrime and build capacity for the safety measures of Chief Information Security Officers and frontline IT staffs across all government departments to protect them through cyber crimes. I mean, being a victim from the cyber crime, it is created. Next one, the Cyber Warrior Police Force. In 2018, in 2018, the government announced its plan to introduce CWPF. So CWPF stands for Cyber Warrior Police Force, and it is proposed to be raised on lines of the Central Armored Police Force, CAPF. And finally, the Cyber Crime Prevention Against Women and Children scheme. It is implemented by the Ministry of Home Affairs, MHA. The scheme aims to prevent and reduce cybercrime against women and children. So here you have to understand the way ahead, that is the majority of the issues would be alleviated if the country had a strict policy with even stricter implementations. According to the NCRB, National Crime Records Bureau, the court trials in only 9 cases of cyber blackmailing and threatening were completed in 2020 with 66.7% of conviction rate. And citizens must report cybercrime promptly, and police must conduct technically competent investigation supported by the forensics. So this is about the cybercrime tightening the internet. Here this article is completely speaking about to tighten the internet, I mean the policies that are to be made, strict policies, so that no one can do the crime easily, especially in the cyberspace. I hope you do like this video. If you do like this video, please like the video and also subscribe to my channel. Share it to your friends, it may be helpful for them, and hit the bell icon. The notes in detail for this topic will be given in the description. I mean the link will be given in the description and you can find it out there. Thank you.